change yourself to fit in. You get a big reaction, so popular.
You ready? Hi everybody, welcome back to the Our Smiling Faces podcast. You may have already realised that Mark's back. Hi stranger.
Hi, have you missed us?
No.
Thanks.
To be completely honest, no. We prefer bestie. And we prefer it when it was just me and you.
Well, fuck is then?
I missed you.
Thanks.
Have you really?
No.
What's that light? Shit.
He's already late and he's gone.
He came in. He comes an hour late, right?
Half an hour.
Comes an hour late. I go downstairs. Straight where the boy is. What's the first thing he does?
Eats cheese, I bet.
Starts eating the cheese.
I told you to get us a pint before that.
No, you didn't. Well, and I offered, and you said no because I want two.
Because I want two and some cheese.
Some of this blue cheese. So we're back in the last
There's a bit
game.
of patio there as well. Didn't have any of that.
All right, lovely.
Cheese was nice.
Oh, okay.
Patio
Right,
problems.
so the last game I played was
Just the worst ever.
Cardiff.
Cardiff, yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Cardiff away.
Yeah.
Predictions. Deka went for a 1-1 draw. I said that it would be a 1-0 victory before scoring the last kick of the game.
Oof.
Almost.
Oof.
Yeah, you're right.
Almost.
You did say that. Yeah.
So let's go back to the very start. In regards to the team,
Do I have to?
the changes were obviously Yedlin wasn't there. His injury wasn't as bad as what we first thought. Looks like he's going to be playing against Chelsea.
That's good, like.
Manquillo starts. We both said last week, I hope he's not anywhere near that team.
He had to be, really, though, didn't he?
Well, we thought Sterry should have been playing.
Yeah. Even Sterry seems to think he should have been, but by the way.
Yeah.
He's coming today, he's like, I'm gutted I wasn't part of it. No.
Manquillo was there. And bloody hell, how bad of a footballer is he? I'm not like, I don't normally stay players. I normally try and defend as much as I can, but fuck me.
He was terrible, wasn't he?
It shocks me that it's a Rafa signing that.
Have like 28 been doing like competitions like do you know how fans do at half time? Did they like get a place to play right back or something? Because
It's like,
bloody hell.
He won the competition to get his picture taken with the squad, and then they've just like thought he was
just
one of the
got
new
confused. I
styles.
just put him on.
Just hung around.
He's utter garbage, wasn't he?
Terrible, just terrible.
He wasn't even that good.
Terrible.
He's just a bad.
He's just a mackin'.
He's a bad footballer. He's an absolute shocking footballer, and even the Sunderland fans were saying, like, laughing at home when we signed him. They were right. For once, they were right. Bloody hell, like.
He's positioning
How am I,
all
Rafa?
over the place.
I'll back you. I trust you till the day I die, mate. But bloody hell, what were you thinking? He must have been pissed at his
He
boss.
just looked like, I don't know, he was like he was running in treacle or something like that. He was just...
I mean, Murphy's quick, like, in fairness to Murphy, he just had him on toast, didn't he? Like, literally just, he couldn't do anything against him at all. But his positioning was shit all game. Well, for however long he was on, sorry.
He just seemed to be chasing all game, wasn't he?
Yeah,
He was always a step behind anyone else on that pitch.
All hands, just...
Do you think it's because he's used to playing on the other side of the
No,
pitch?
mate, I just think it's because he's shit. I'm not going to try and justify it. I just think it's because he's a bad footballer.
Yeah, no, I'm going to go with that one. I mean, if he was coming up against, say, Zaha or, I don't know, like Hazard, then all right, I'd maybe say, well, you know, he's been out the team for ages, he's come back in against tough opposition. My God, he's playing against Murphy.
Whoa, man, just because he's got the same name as him, and he happens to be his brother,
Actually,
Christ almighty,
you're going to be
surprised
surprised
already.
You're going to be surprised what I'm going to say about him later.
Right,
Yeah. But going back to the team,
In for a treat here.
we were bang on. We were bang on. It was exactly the same team that we thought it was going to be.
But I read a lot of comments, people complaining about the team and stuff like that, and saying that it was a shite team and stuff like
complaining
that.
about everything, mate.
Perez and Yosu won.
Mate,
75% of people's going to kick off.
we're complaining because the kit doesn't have enough stripes. We're complaining because it's black stripes and not white stripes.
It's got too many stripes.
Too many stripes.
Very
It
thin.
is shit, like.
Very
The stripes
thin.
are too thick. The stripes are too thin. We're wearing white socks.
No, he's right, he's still got on there.
People complain about white socks. Man, white fucking socks. Apart from Chippers. Chippers loves white
There was
socks.
somebody
Do you
complaining.
not like the White Sox?
I love the white socks.
I do as well. It reminds me of the Robson era when he came. Reminds us anyway.
There was people, I even seen people complaining that we still had red numbers.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my fucking god, man. Give it a rest, man.
99% of people are happy we've got red numbers.
Yeah. So that 1% can
You can't please everybody all of the time.
You
No, you
can't.
can't, no.
You can't.
And that performance wasn't pleasing anybody any
not
of
a
the
single
time.
person, not anyone, like not a single fan of football enjoyed that game.
No.
Don't you even try and justify it just because you're coming back?
What?
No,
we're being quite positive.
No. Like
We've been positive the last couple of episodes. You think I'll be positive? Fuck you, Mark.
the first half wasn't diabolical. The second half was.
I think it was diabolical from start to finish. Kennedy, right? He's been the
It was shite. It was the worst.
Let's break it down in
Shite.
like that shite and the last bit shite.
Shite.
All right, shite, diabolical. The second half was horrendous.
There was nothing good about that first half. The best part was when it ended. when he blew his whistle, I was like, yes.
I'm not saying it was a great game of football for 45 minutes.
The best part was probably when Manquillo went off. and
The best part of the first half, any doubt about, was Shelby's pass to Perez. He played a ball where he crosed it in. It was unbelievable. And Perez should have headed it, but as usual, bottled it. He went with his left foot and he hit Tekken. He didn't carrot off Tekken, that goalkeeper.
Haruken.
So he just remained as a Tekken loads.
That's Street Fighter. Isn't it?
That was Street Fighter, yeah. You know Tekken though, yeah? Remember the game
Tekken 2.
You seem like you've turned into a Magnum.
Tekken? The game?
Tekken the kiss.
What you taking?
You just kept on saying
No,
Tekken.
when I seen his haircut, I was like, he's a character, I've taken him. But anyway, it was shite. Sorry, what were you saying?
I can't remember, mate. I just got confused by your Magnum accent.
I was just furious. I'm sorry. I'm really glad we didn't do this, like the same day or the day after.
Yeah.
My God.
The dust has settled now a bit, so I think we've all had a chance to try and gather our
I'm
thoughts
kicking it
together.
back up at the minute, the more I'm thinking about it, God almighty.
It was just... Right, Kennedy's been the major talking point, right? First half, he doesn't complete a single pass. He thought he turned into fucking Ronaldinho over.
He had a couple of brief moments.
Right.
He had a brief moment, as in he done a bit of skill and he got
Bits of skill.
tackled.
There was a good one where he picked it up just inside of their half and took it to the edge
Do
of
you
the
think
box.
he's gone into that game
tackled by
overconfident from the Spurs game because he had quite a really good
game.
He did have a good game against Spurs. Do you think
That's
he's gone
him
into
being
that
overconfident?
I think
not like
they
he was
just-
trying to take every fucker on the pitch.
I think they were really targeting and trying to keep him out of the game, and the more that he tried to
Similar
do,
to what Spurs done, because Spurs did do that in the second half.
I think the more they just tried to do it,
Why is he
wasn't working for him.
Why is he doing 84 Maradona turns in a game? He done at least 6 in one dribble. That I tried to say. Why is he doing? Why is he doing that many?
A couple of times it came off though.
Well, he didn't find a shirt for fucking 60 minutes, so I don't know what happened there. But no, his judo kick was diabolical. I'm sorry, that was horrendous. What's he doing there?
He's judo. All right.
What is he doing there,
Go
though?
back to
kick, like.
our preview for the Spurs
If he had hit
game.
a penalty like that,
True,
Anyway, sorry.
If you go back to our preview for the Spurs game, you said there's a red card in there. There's a red card in Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as he did that, I thought, he's fucking right. That guy's right.
But to be fair, at the time, I totally missed it. Like it actually happened.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It will.
I agree. No, at the time I didn't see it. I'll be honest. Yeah.
And I don't even think in commentary it really got picked up.
It wasn't until you seen the replay and everyone was like, "Fuck."
It was bad. Like
Horrendous.
it's a red card all day long, and how he's got away with that. I know the referee.
But the referee missed it and then
He was
gave
right there,
gave a
fucking
free
there.
kick. But how he's then got away with retrospective action is
Well, that's it, because he's wrote it in his notes and he's saying that by giving the free kick was for that incident, so he's seen
For the
it.
kick?
For the kick, yeah, that's what he's giving. No, that's it. That's why the FA couldn't.
Well,
they
I
couldn't
tell you
do
what,
it.
it's about time we got a bit of luck from bloody decisions like that.
Can you
because
imagine Twitter though if it was the
Other way.
other way? Fuck.
Danny Cardiff.
No, I just mean it would have been it would have been
But
unbelievable.
that's because it always happens to us. It always happens to us. So it's
I didn't see many.
It's nice to have it-
screenshots going
have
on of you know what way? Like normally it's like his foot was high in 1998 and 2001. This happened to us, and
I saw a few
we're
of
really
them,
bad for that. I'm sorry, but we are.
I saw a few of them comments because when people were expecting Kennedy to get this ban, people were going, "Oh, what about Sissoko last week?" I said, "It wasn't a fucking stand, bro." Like we both looked at that and went, "There's nothing in it." Like
God, no, man.
we're just like.
well,
nitpicking at that.
you always have these incidents. I mean, across the weekend there was a load of incidents in all of the games where some players got sent off for exactly the same things, others didn't. We know how inconsistent refereeing is.
We got lucky. We got lucky in that instance.
In that
Absolutely.
instance, in regards to Kennedy, yeah, we
But
did.
when you then think of inconsistency, that referee in that game,
Shite.
he didn't know whether he was coming or going. He would give one thing that 1 minute, the same thing would happen the next, and he would be playing it on. He was just
Well,
all
Richie
over the
got
place.
booked in like it was within like 2 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah,
He got a yellow card.
Yeah.
Most referees would probably just let that go that early in the game.
It was
but
lovely.
from that second, he knew for fine well he had to continue with the way he was refereeing that game. Giving a yellow card out in the first couple of minutes for a daft, it was a daft foul. Later on in the game, you probably would expect to get a yellow card, but he set the tone of that game so early on. He's
But
had
he didn't
free kick
always-
out there. They had about 10 free kicks in the first 10 minutes or something daft like that.
Yeah.
But all from Manquillo, like. But
I'm not blaming him.
We were
for
getting
the-
a lot of free kicks as well, though.
I didn't in the first half. I didn't feel that way. I felt it was just every time one of their players went to the ground, it was a foul straight away. And I think I'm not saying that was to blame for our performance, but there was no rhythm, was there, at all in the first half, man? God Almighty! And I tell you who else who just really pissed us off. Honestly, God, Kieran Clark. How many long balls did he play? Honestly, man, every time he got the ball, he wouldn't have it for more than 10-15 seconds and just went, nah, I'm after
you get
smash this.
flashbacks of Williamson.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said it while I was watching it. I was like, he's just like Mike Williamson. Left foot.
To be fair to him, though, there was no happening.
Came for Gateshead
there
now.
was
Well, then
no
just
happening to
go
front of
back
him.
inside. Just if there's nothing happening in front of you, then smash it up front then, because there's no fucking happening.
But that's the game plan, isn't it? In there is
Well,
you
Miss Lejeune,
hitting them on the break, isn't it? Trying to get Perez and.
The thing is, we're missing Lejeune so far 2 games in. Fuck me, it's going to be a
honestly.
long while before he's back.
He's going to be back until after Christmas, isn't
Aye.
it?
You look at that whole back line, right? If you think of it in your head, right, including Manquillo, there's not one footballer there. I mean playing football, so I don't mean
Like the
Lascelles is
carrying
very Dummett,
Oh no.
shit scared
Hell no,
with the ball, really bad. Clark's probably even worse actually. Then you've got Lascelles, who unfortunately just
Great defender, not very good with
superb
the ball at his
defender,
feet.
but not good with the ball. You've got Manquillo, who, my God, like isn't even a
Bracca's
footballer.
probably better with the ball at his feet
Probably
than
is.
the defence.
That doesn't give me any confidence at all, you know.
But Manquillo was always better going forward than he was defending, but we didn't even.
I hope he keeps on going
To be
forward and
fair,
piss us off.
I don't know if it's whether him picking up that early
Well, that's
as
enough
well,
water
whether
boy.
that then.
Aye, that didn't help. Like,
The scene off the water boy where he picks the ball and he just keeps on running. Manquillo, just keep on going, mate.
I thought, you know what, honestly, right? I thought Manquillo was actually a little bit lucky to not have been sent off, because he should have been booked well before he actually got booked. He was just having Murphy. Well, Murphy was having his life, which was meaning he was constantly just committing fouls.
But he was just
pulling back.
He was doing little niggly things, wasn't
All
he?
the
Wasn't
time.
like.
Oh, there was no wipeout
doing
challenges.
like aye,
but
and I
it was
think
just
that's
like,
what
yeah. And obviously,
Gets him
Rafa's
away with it, innit?
seen that, took him off. Because he didn't want to get a red card and then brought on Hayden and then, my goodness. Well, no.
Right, Hayden, right. This has been another talking point. He said that he doesn't want to be at the club. Obviously, it's no disrespect to the club in regards to he doesn't like the club, he doesn't like the players. It's because family reasons. He's homesick, right?
But he wants to play as well.
Yeah, but
Where's
he doesn't
his-
want to fucking play when he's coming on and performing like that. He did not want to be on that pitch. You could tell from the second that he came on, he did not have any interest in that game whatsoever.
He was going to ground all the time, committing fouls in dangerous areas, but late challenges after late challenge. And the one he got sent off for, I think on looking at it back again, it probably wasn't a straight red. I'll be honest, when I seen it first, I was like, it probably was, but it was actually lower than it. His foot almost like bounced
stood
up,
up,
didn't
though,
it?
isn't
That
it?
was not a sending off in a million years.
It studs up.
It's from behind
so
an alley, in
every time
fairness,
studs
you know.
up, it's a
It's
red
not
card.
like he was going in on him.
But again, though,
It's
even
harsh.
it was stupidity challenge, wasn't it?
Oh,
the guy's at the
yeah,
halfway
yeah,
line, he's back to
absolutely.
goal, and you're just going
There
through
was
it.
no need to do it really, but
Yeah.
I think that what probably happened at half time is that Rafa said we're sitting off them too much. We're allowing them to play. We need to really up the tempo. Start being a bit more committed in the tackles and stuff like that. And
But then that if he did say that, well, did I? But he wants his fucking head kicked in an Ireland because they're a massive side, huge, in all the like set pieces, right? Well, sorry, I was a bit over the top. But no, they're a really big side that apparently all I'm hearing is they love getting in the box, and so you didn't give shitty free
Warnock,
kicks
innit?
away. You don't give free kicks
That's
away
the way
then.
he plays.
You didn't get them hit early and give the referee an option to give them free kicks in dangerous areas. In fairness, I think we handled them quite well in that regard. But then we were just playing to their strengths. We were just playing long ball as well.
We would have conceded 3-4 if their centre forward could finish a chance.
Oh, he was terrible,
shit.
wasn't he? God, he was terrible.
The amount of heading
There were
chances
three
he
of them.
had,
They had three up front,
shocking,
didn't
absolutely shocking.
Really bad eye. Like, God almighty. But it was that not the worst Premier League game you've seen? Premier League football,
Yeah,
you know.
we've seen quite a few as Newcastle fans all the time, but that was bad.
Both sides, I mean, they're down. They're down. If them can't beat us at home on that performance,
Yeah.
fucking hell.
With those chances, because they had it. And 10 men.
To be fair,
yeah.
they were gone before the season started.
Well, I probably agree. I mean, it was funny because when the first half ended, I said to my mate, because I was watching it with the lads, and I was like, hey, that was the worst I've ever seen, but we can't get any worse than that. In my God.
So it's your fault.
It actually got worse, didn't it? It actually
There you
got
are.
worse.
Blame Deka, everyone.
Unbelievable. So what I was going to say here is yet again it happened in the Tottenham game. He fetched off Richie, and not Kennedy. So now, in my opinion, if Richie had stayed on and moved over that side of the field, he would have been the penalty taker. How was Kennedy staying on that field
After the game he's had.
after the game? He hasn't found a shirt for an hour.
I agree. The only
the
thing
fuck
that you might be able to see in Rafa's thought process is, once again, Richie's on a yellow card.
And maybe he
There's
thinks
that,
Kennedy's got that little
and
spark
Kennedy's
of-
got
Yeah.
exactly. Kennedy's always got that moment where out of
Not always,
nothing,
mate. He did in that game.
I wasn't happy that Richie got taken off the game before. I wasn't happy when I seen him get... Because I literally was standing there thinking, what? But in fairness, a few of the lads have said that we've already had one sent off. Is he worried that Richie might kick off? And you never know, because...
Plus, he put in a double shift down that right wing in the first half with Manquillo behind him, and then
Did he come off for Murphy? I think that was the case.
Yeah, so because Murphy dropped back, right back.
I thought Murphy was excellent when he come on.
He did well.
Really well.
fucking hell,
I thought he did absolutely... He covered two positions. He was
mint.
brilliant when he come
No,
on.
mate, that was just his brother.
No, honestly,
How
I
fucking
thought...
how
he was excellent.
confusing was that though? Like seeing him
You
on
seen the
that,
picture where
that pitch,
where
it's like
our Murphy is running after the other Murphy,
Yes.
and it just looks like...
It's
Well,
the-
obviously, it looks like the
it's
same
the same
person because
person.
twins, but...
it's not like I just couldn't get my head around it. It was like this, like
They got a
hurts me
picture
brain.
taken in there at the start of the match before the game kicked off.
Yeah.
And they had the training gear on,
Yeah,
they're standing, and I saw it the lads, and they were like, "Fuck!" And I know it's stupid to say because they are twins, but my God,
Just
like,
Daffy, just looks mental,
I
doesn't
know,
it?
them could definitely just swap shirts or swap women or whatever and name them, but nah.
It's a bit like you and Lee Lawler. Sorry, mate. Sorry.
Mark, you look nothing like him.
You're fatter. Mate, I've been storing this for 3 weeks. I haven't seen you for 3 weeks. I'm letting it all out now.
Dear me. Oh well,
Moving on.
moving on.
Oh, who would win in the fight? You or Bestie?
I will rise above this.
I think Mark can handle himself. Like,
But this is what we're discussing.
Tell
Who
you
would win in
what,
the fight? You or
you'll
Bestie?
fucking find out in a minute.
Where's he like? Yeah. So yeah, Murphy. It looked a bit strange that the two Murphys were up against each other.
yeah,
I tell you what, though, they both looked very good. The
well-
other Murphy had a good game for me.
Yeah, he did. He was playing well, but once
didn't
again,
even,
Manquillo's defending him.
second half he was non-existent.
I
The
didn't-
first half he had him on toast for about 10 minutes, and then after that he didn't have any final ball. Didn't really create anything. He had pace. Out of any player on the pitch, he looked the most dangerous, which says a hell of a lot about the game. Like, but I did think when our Murphy came on, I thought he did very, very well. Actually,
Did.
I thought he was doing really
Yeah.
well. All the best stuff started coming from his side.
Right, so the game was flat throughout, and wasn't much happening in the game apart from fouls left, right, and centre.
Well, the midfield was just non-existent in the centre of the park.
I seen a few journalists put on that Shelby was exceptional in that.
Shelby
Hey.
and Lascelles were the two players getting credit, wasn't
Well,
the?
I probably
Lascelles
agree.
got launched on his back
For-
with 20 foot in the end. He landed him up.
I don't know how he did
Nothing wrong
that.
with us up.
I don't know how he did that.
Seen that edit I've done where he's falling off the
Amazing,
cage.
aye. Yeah, absolutely amazing.
Helen Lascelles.
That was class, aye.
I nicked that off.
You
someone,
nicked
like.
that, I was
Did
going to
you?
say.
It was still mint though.
Didn't credit
Not the
them.
photo.
You didn't even credit them either.
Oh, fuck that.
No, but
Fuck you.
I think what did you say there? Sorry about it's Shelby and Lascelles. They probably were the best players on the pitch for us, but I couldn't say exceptional. Like Shelby give it away so many
I can't
times.
remember anything that Shelby did.
Well, I
Except
remember
that
a
one
few
pass,
bits.
like,
That pass.
I'll
was
tell you what he didn't do.
exceptional,
Take the
that pass.
fucking penalty.
But he never does.
Or
Why-
the free
why-
kick before it. Or the free kick before. There was a free kick one on the edge of right on the edge of the box.
He tried to be clever, didn't he?
That free kick had Kennedy wrote all over it, position wise, and
It had Richie
and all
Aller,
that.
but he wasn't on the pitch.
Well,
I seen Shelby score in the championship at home. It was at home, but the same one. And
Kennedy was trying to be
Wrong
clever.
angle,
He
wrong
tried to put
angle.
another wall, didn't he?
wrong angle.
was he even trying that?
I think so. Because normally, if you're trying to get over the wall, normally like goes chest above where it hits a player.
But he's that bad.
He did have a bad
On
game,
that
so
day,
he may
yeah.
have actually been trying to get over the wall.
You don't know.
I'll tell you what, albeit he did have a bad game, the amount of stick that he's came in for
Shocking, mate.
since that game is absolutely ridiculous.
What's been said like? I haven't seen them.
Just
mate.
the
I've
amount
stayed-
of people
I've stayed off, to
tweeting
be
and
honest,
saying
sometimes.
like he's shite, he's terrible, he's never been a footballer in his life.
That's why
you know,
he
he
only
shouldn't
played
be
one
in
game
the
for
shouldn't be in the team and
No,
all this.
that one.
Absolute fucking idiots.
Who did he go to on loan? Bournemouth.
No,
Was it Bournemouth?
was that too-
He was at someone else. He played one game.
wasn't it Fulham? No, it wasn't Fulham.
Can't remember.
Was it not abroad? Was it? Nah.
No, it was English side.
Was it English?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he did.
Yeah.
Was it not Fulham?
Can't
We're
remember.
director also.
He was at another club,
Oh, yes.
and he played one game, and he got sent back to Chelsea. And people are saying, no wonder they didn't.
Absolutely ridiculous, the reaction. that's
He's
going
gonna-
on.
he's had a
Yes,
bad
he had
game.
a bad game. Look
Yeah,
at
I
the
know.
week before.
If we look back at this moment, at the end of the season, he's going to have a lot more good games than what he's
Oh,
bad.
of course he is, man.
So the stick he's getting, he did have a bad game. So you found out who he was playing. Watford. There we
Oh,
go.
Watford was it?
Watford, I knew it was down there somewhere.
South.
Aye, no, I completely agree. I mean, don't get us wrong. I was couldn't believe his performance. Like, I have to be honest. The only reason I'm saying that is you've got to remember
Yeah,
this
expect
guy's
more, yeah.
valued at 20 million quid, man. Isn't he? You know, you're talking 20, 25 million for a player, and I'm sorry that you're expecting a damn sight better than that. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't one of these on Twitter. I think you never play again, all that shit. It was a bad day at the office, and it is what it is.
All of them.
Um,
has a lot.
but it wasn't just him either, though. By the way, it wasn't just him. I mean,
No, it was
God almighty.
2/3 of the team.
Yeah, I thought Perez was horrific as well.
Oh, man, don't get
I thought he was horrific, horrific. I tell you, I'd like that Muto though. Muto came on again
I'll like
and looked sharp.
Muto.
He's clever, him, with his
yeah.
runs and that. He's
Yeah.
clever. He's all right, him. And he got the penalty, in fairness to the lad.
He did, aye.
He chased a lost cause
Yeah,
down,
he
and,
did.
and it wasn't a pen, I didn't think personally, but...
Hands above his hands, yeah.
Oh, no, it was handball, but I didn't think it was in the box. That
All
was my
right,
opinion. But
I
so I
mean,
think the football
Don't
bad,
pay
you know
much
what
attention, to be fair.
I mean? I thought he was out, his hand was out of the box. But
So yeah, we'll win the penalty last kick of the game.
Yeah, you knew he was missing it. You
Well,
knew he was
when we
missing
won
it.
that penalty before we even knew who was taking the pen, I thought, thank fuck we're going to get 3 points here.
Yeah.
Because I was confident in the
I
penalty.
was jumping everywhere.
When I saw Kennedy get the ball, I went, fuck me. I was
Yeah.
like, please, someone just go over and like have a word and say, are you sure you want to fucking take this?
So,
But again, that could have just been the massive confidence boost for him had things have worked out differently. But
it's hindsight is a great thing, isn't it? Because I think he got torn apart in the studio as well. And if you imagine the flip side, if he scored it,
Exactly.
they'd be going, God, he showed mint character to get up there after having a shot.
Yes.
He scored. Credit to the guy. Credit to Rafa for having courage in him. It's easy to say after the event. Me personally, he shouldn't be anywhere near that
it was
ball.
a fucking awful penalty.
Like, it was horrendous.
It was a
man.
penalty that matched the rest of the game.
It was an
Oh,
awful
God.
penalty.
But I had heard, I don't know if it was Bellamy or somebody said that them seeing
Oh, the little prick.
Shelby have a word with him, or have a word with someone to say, like, do you really think that he should be taking this?
Yeah.
Like, almost.
No, they said, do you not think Shelby should have done that? Is what they
I
said.
definitely read something that said that Shelby had asked a question. Like, but for me, I mean, Lascelles or Rafa or somebody, I'm a little bit surprised that
Well,
nobody
did
said.
he have the interview
Well, no, he
afterwards?
said he was going to take that penalty because
He's the
the
next
penalty
one,
takers weren't on the pitch. And there's a
They
set
did do an interview afterwards. It was Bellamy and Carragher were there, and they were having a discussion. Bellamy said, when I was at Liverpool and Rafa was manager, I took a penalty when I wasn't supposed to.
I remember
He went,
that.
I went in training the next week, fine, for taking the ball off someone else to take a penalty. I'm not sure if it was the way he took the penalty in regards to just taking the ball off someone doing it like that.
They were having an argument, like he pulled it off him, like
Yeah.
the way that he was. It was a bit like was it not Gale and Richie did something
Richie,
similar
yeah.
for us
Yeah, I think Richie scored it.
2
didn't he?
seasons ago or something like that.
No, it wasn't Gale. Richie was involved. I can't remember who tried to take it off.
Mitrovic has done it as well.
Maybe
He's-
it was Mitrovic.
he's
It was
done as
Mitrovic
well.
and Richie.
Aye, it was Mitrovic.
Mitrovic tried to take it off Richie,
Yeah.
and Richie buried it.
He was on for hat-trick, was he not? Or something? Or was he, oh, you not scored for a while or something? Aye, it was something like that to me, you read. But, all right then, so maybe the player shouldn't go over and say it, but I am still shocked that there wasn't any communication with the bench to think, this kid's had a May, like John Joe, like, oh, so I don't
But
It is what it
again,
is anyway.
talking about the character, he in his head must have thought,
He's got some balls.
I can score this.
Yeah.
Because he would have known he'd had a shit game up until that point. So he's thinking, right, I'm going to take this and I'm going to score. That's going to, go
He
somewhere.
must normally be pretty decent at taking penalties.
Well, if he's
second on the list, so he must be pretty decent.
And that's what they were saying. Like, in training, he's banging them in top corner, left, right, centre, or he scores them for fun.
After he missed the penalty, it was basically the last kick of the game, wasn't it? The ball was cleared, it was the last kick of the game. Joslu was one straight over him, picking him up.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Showed great sportsmanship in regards to Joslu going over. Kenny's a young lad. I think we're all forgetting he is a young lad. Joslu straight over, make sure he's all right. Chin up. I put that post on Twitter yesterday, I think, or the day before. Some of the comments on there just
Vincent Joslu.
He's still shit.
Pricks, absolute pricks.
It's like, do you know, like?
You know what it is? I cannot stand some of our fans.
Do you think it's
They're
just our fans, or do you reckon it's across
ridiculous.
the board? Do you reckon each club has
every club's got a bunch of fucking
social media hasn't helped
knobs.
any of that.
Yeah.
So
it's like I'm just trying to be a bit positive to him, and yes, it was a bad game. We didn't lose, right? It was a bad game. And
it was a point away from home,
a bit of.
Well, that's it. It was a
bit
draw.
of
We still got a point.
Positivity saying, "Oh, like you done really well," blah blah blah. I tag Joslu in it, then not expecting loads of people replacing him. Well, you're still shit. Obviously, he's going to be saying all that. It's not good for his confidence.
Well, did you see the interview he had? I don't know, it was a Chronicle or Daily Mail or something. I seen the quote where it says, I don't want to miss these chances, I do like scoring goals.
Exactly.
And I was like, he's definitely been reading
This is what I don't understand. He doesn't purposely go out on the pitch and try not to score.
Yeah.
He wants to go on. He wants to score
I'm surprised
goals.
next time he scores, he probably give everyone the finger.
Well,
and I probably would applaud him actually.
He
Fair enough,
should.
fair enough.
You know,
because it must be shit,
I like him. Yes, he's not the greatest striker in the world, but he goes out there. He gives you an honest graft in an honest game. He'll try. But then there's people that are saying, "Oh no, he doesn't. He's lazy. He hardly moves.
He's not lazy.
He's
not
anything
not lazy.
but."
There was a couple of comments on that tweet I sent out.
Everyone
People saying he was lazy. He's not lazy.
Everyone thinks he's lazy.
The people that are making these comments just do not understand football.
But then they've got a player like Gale, who I actually didn't think it was lazy at all, by the way, Gale. I thought Gale worked the line quite well. But he was shitting out, apparently. So they cannot really win. The bottom line is them want someone that's going to score every week.
If you're not banging goals in top corner every single game, you're shit.
You're shit. And that, I'm sorry, that's the line. There's a line, and that's all there is.
Yeah.
And it's shit. That's a terrible attitude.
But this is the people that are fans who just sit and watch. They expect you being fucking Aguero or Ronaldo or something like that every time you pick up the
This is
phone.
at the point where people are watching this video on YouTube and they're thinking, well, I think he's shit and they've just turned off. Fuck them, that three cunts who they think they are.
It is what it is, isn't it? You know what I mean? I don't always look at the service that we give him in that game. So you're a striker, right? That's what I mean. So you could have Shearer up front, I honestly believe, and he wouldn't have scored either. There wasn't. We did not create a single chance that came for a striker.
How long Shearer went in periods of his career without scoring goals.
It was a massive drive patch before the Euros, wasn't it?
Before the U96
massively.
Oh,
in his later stages of his career as well, he would go through games not scoring. And
because actually we used to play one up front.
Exactly.
And as soon as I used to see the team sheet, I used to always, that's it, he's not going to score. Because he needed someone next to him to help him.
It's a very, very difficult job. And especially when you've got no service coming in from the wings, your midfield is miles behind you. I mean, this was like going back to some of the performances that we'd seen like under friggin' Pardew and stuff like that, where we were so deep.
Because I was really pissed off, right, to be honest, because Rafa's had that team now for 3 years, and that's the performance. That shocks me. Like I've got to be honest. If he had only been here 5 minutes and they're all his players, didn't care if they're not new. He's had them players a long time now, and I expect them to be much better drilled in being able to put a better performance in that.
But do you not think? And this has happened, probably over the last 2 seasons. These are the type of games that we always struggle in.
The thing is, you're saying there like you expect them to be a lot more drilled, but then you look at it on the flip side and you say, well, we still didn't concede.
They never really looked like.
Well, what I mean by well drilled might mean like you mark your men and blah blah blah. If they're not a half decent striker, we've lost the game. Period. But what I mean by that is surely we can pass more than 3 times in a game.
Yes.
Like surely,
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like we'll have to be better than that.
Once again, when the players get on that pitch, it's completely out of anyone's hands. It's up to the player. If a player's having a bad game, then
I know. Rafa did.
We never seem to have it where we have one player having a bad game and the other 10 play really, really well.
I've said that all the time.
If somebody's playing badly, then it affects all of them.
It's not only when Richie's playing badly, the rest of the team, or when Shelby's playing badly, that's when the rest of the team...
Because he's the only player we have that can start any moves off, which is so bad, like, but he's the only one that can actually pass a ball, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kennedy clearly can't. Couldn't find one for an hour. You know, the whole back four can't. I've just discussed that. So Diarmi was terrible, and I love him, but he was poor, wasn't he? He was poor.
Yeah.
Getting caught on the ball time after time after time.
He done a fair few decent defensive tackles, but that's not the Diarmi we were seeing last season, is it? I know only 2 games in. So we've got to wait to give it another handful of games.
Yeah. Oh no, I agree. See, I'd love to see Key in there because I think Key and Shelby are quite similar. But it's just too soft, isn't it? You can't just have them two in midfield. You just get totally outdone.
It depends the opposition that you're playing against. If you're
I'd
playing against somebody that's going to...
You'll never play them two in midfield together. I just don't think you will. You need 3 in midfield then. But that's not going to happen. Personally, I don't know. You could almost drop Perez at times and have Key, Diarmi and Shelby and allow Key or Shelby to be the one that...
Sounds a good idea to me.
...joins the attack more. You know what I mean? No, I think Perez has been hauled off. The only reason he's come off as well is because we've got Muto.
Yeah.
If we didn't have that option, Perez would
He's a similar player, isn't he?
I'd like to see Muto in that number 10 role.
100% on Sunday, them two are starting, by the way.
Rondon's still not fit enough. Like,
both of them are on Sunday.
Anyway.
I think Rondon will start.
Both of them.
I'd be surprised.
I seen a tweet today.
Just to hold the ball up.
We've only scored 1 goal in 6 games. In all them 6 games, it's been Perez and Joselu.
Really?
And that's 6. I know some of them might have been pre-season or maybe back end of last year, but that has to change. Like you cannot keep them two up if that's the case. Like,
I agree.
You just can't do it.
Yeah, I agree.
You can't do it. It's putting too much pressure on your back line. And I'm sorry, I said this last season about not scoring enough goals, but if you concede 1 now, I worry about getting back in the game because we don't score enough goals.
So that's where that's when your midfield becomes very important, though.
Well, of course it does, but the options that we have in midfield, I mean, as much as I like Richie and I love Shelby and Kennedy, I do like Kennedy, but can you see enough? I just can't see enough goals there, mate. Like, I just cannot see them. I've never seen Kennedy get to the byline yet, you know. I've never actually seen him get to the byline.
Well, it's just he likes to come in,
doesn't he?
Because he... Rather than him creating and making crosses, he's more wanting to come in and actually have a...
He could play the number 10 role, possibly, like, you know. But anyway, I don't know. I just feel like, again, though, that game, like, you could quite clearly see Kennedy's having a nightmare on that side of the field. Why not just swap him and Richie for 10 minutes?
Yeah, just
see if he's good coming in on his left foot, on his favourite foot.
We normally do that quite often during the games, but...
I sometimes think we don't do that enough. I think we're so like... I know it sounds like I'm slagging off Rafa, yeah, but we're so like... This is what I'm setting you out like, and we ain't changing come no matter what happens.
Like stubbornness.
Aye, it's like, this is the 11 I've worked on all week, these positions, and I'm not changing. But surely, you can swap wings for 5 minutes. Kennedy might rinse this their left back, coming inside onto his favourite foot. Yeah. You never know until you try it.
Again, in me looking at that, if I was manager, then I probably wouldn't do that based on the fact that Murphy is causing so many problems down the right.
Well, that's what
down there.
Isn't Kennedy a left back? He's actually a trained, you know, he can play there, so he's defensive minded.
But Richie's going to give you much more protection up against him, helping out the right back than Kennedy is, isn't he?
Well, maybe last week he didn't, but I see what you're saying though.
That's
I see what you're saying.
how I'd look at it. Whereas there was nothing really coming down the other side.
No, I wouldn't say that was because Kennedy and Dummett were doing brilliant.
No,
they didn't have anything.
That's what
that's some big guys though, didn't it? You see that more and more they bring off the bench. They got bigger and bigger. They bring on some gypsy lad at the end. He was
first Russian doll, wasn't it?
He was huge. The guy they brought on at the end there, and I thought, you know, but for all of the height, they didn't really. Dubravka never made a save, as far as I remember. Like nothing.
He did one punch.
Not nothing that you would say, wow, what a save. He didn't do anything as far as I
did he not have one where he tipped it over the bar around the post or something?
I honestly can't remember, mate. And like I switched off that game about 10 minutes in because you just knew what was coming.
It was but looking at the positive though, we're away from home, we're a point better off than we were this time last season. We lost both the first 2 games. It can't get any worse than that performance.
That is a very good point, because people are going off, you know, about the performances and that was shit and all this kind of thing. We were exactly in the same position as we were. We got off to a shit start last season.
Yeah.
I think we'll definitely get 3 until bloody October or something, weren't we? So
It's just the difference now is these next couple of games are tough games.
we've got a tough,
Very
start.
tough games.
But we knew that. We knew it.
We did, but we also really needed that. Well, we didn't need it, but that win against Cardiff would have been very beneficial for us. We might go and beat Chelsea at the weekend.
Well, that's
we might get 3
but
points
that,
there.
that is
But they
typical
played
Newcastle.
friggin' well against us.
It's typical Newcastle. But like I said earlier on, that's what we do when we come up against the teams that are perceived as not as well. We don't play as well.
Yeah.
Whereas when we come up against teams that like to play football, that suits us more because we can then hit them on the counter attack.
I do think every one of them this week in training will be thinking we really have to correct a wrong in that performance.
They should be.
They'll come out, I think, with a bit of fire up their arse, like, hopefully.
It's just a
Which
shame
tough
that
ones, isn't it?
we're playing Chelsea because
Yeah.
Kennedy
Can't play.
needed a performance.
And Mike doing well sitting that one out.
I tend to...
Time to get
I
his
like
head
it when
right
there's a
and stuff,
game
isn't it?
quick,
But
actually. When you have a May and you've got a game midweek, it's nice to sometimes get out there and get that out of your system.
Yeah.
But that's not going to happen. It'll be Forrest if he plays, obviously, in
Yeah.
the cup, if that happens. So, but I mean,
I think
it is
we're
what it is.
probably
It is.
clear.
At the end of the day, it was a game.
A looser team than
We didn't get beat. Could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, definitely
Could have been a
could have been.
lot worse, especially the chances that Cardiff did have. And like I said earlier,
To,
if their striker
if
was
we'd
decent,
scored that penalty, that was daylight robbery.
yeah.
We did not deserve to win that game.
No, we didn't.
I agree. Right, shall we call it a night for this review, and we'll get on to our next podcast. See, you're not used to this, are you?
Still got another hour to go on this.
Now we'll wrap this one up. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. The YouTube views are going up. Subscribers are going up.
It'll go through the sky today with me being back.
I don't think so,
Of course
mate.
it will.
So once again, thanks for Guglielmo Clothing for sponsoring the podcast.
For who?
Guglielmo Clothing.
It's been practicing.
Need to sign him.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.